some noise for Anthony Baccam.
Anthony's a well-rounded fighter, but what makes me think I have the upper hand is I got reach on him. I think I'm faster, stronger, just more athletic, and I've been putting in the work.
He has a good camp. He has a good record. I like that. He looks like the fighter, total package and stuff, but I've seen that time before. He's another tall fighter. You see what happens to them, they get put down, so same thing's gonna happen.
My prediction for the fight is to get the TKO in the first, second round.
I've got a newfound confidence, and it's gonna show. Training hard, I'm ready to hurt this guy, and I promise excitement, and I do this for the fans, I want to go out there and please the fans, and I look at myself as an entertainer, so I hope you like my performance.
Making his way to the cage tonight in our 7th fight of the night here at Cage Aggression 12 Victory, Anthony Baccam out of Marshalltown, Iowa with a record of 5-1.
Anthony was saying that he was really going to try to exploit his opponent's weaknesses. He's learning more and more how to mentally prepare before a fight. I'm sure everybody who's a Cage Aggression fan knows that Nick, the American Hybrid, is a fighter. I won't even say is a fighter. And what mentally goes into preparing for a fight? What do you have to think about? What did you think about before your fights?
Man, there's so much that you think about. It's food, it's workout, it's going outside the box. I love the fighters that don't just train. I love the fighters that do the yoga, do the every side sport they can do. I mean, GSP's one of them. He did gymnastics, he did yoga, he did all the outside the box stuff. It's that little bit extra that you're doing everything you can, and then when you want to go home at about 8 o'clock, you stay till 8:30 and you do something else extra. It's that little bit of extraness. We talked about it yesterday, being in shape and being in fight shape. And all these guys tonight are in fight shape, and it's the ones that do that little bit of extra something that get the win, I believe. I also gotta throw in there too, you've taken on a few of the traits of a fighter too with your training mask lately too, and it's just things like that. Making his way to the cage, Anthony the Prince Nache with a record of 2-0 out of East Moline, Illinois, representing Militich Fighting Systems, and this is for the Featherweight Caged Aggression title.
Mr. Nache, we've seen a whole lot of him. He's another fighter that we're very familiar with. Always comes in and has been at the top of cards, has main evented, shows before, always brings it. Early on, I think in his career, one of the questions that some of his opponents had about him was his cardio and, his overall ability. Everybody knew that he had, strong, heavy hands, but a lot of people wanted to question his cardio, but just seeing the transition and the transformation that his body has taken over, just the time where we've been doing Cage Aggression shows, it's amazing, and we know that cardio isn't an issue with him anymore.
No, and that's exactly what we were talking about. In the last year, he has really done all the little bit of extra that you can do past the point of just going to jits practice and going to MMA and stand-up practice. He's done all that little bit. He really took a whole different view on his diet, got on the Dolce diet. It did a whole bunch of things that, the top level people in the UFC are doing. Well, if you're doing that locally in town, you're showing the same things that they're doing, and it can only pay off in dividends. And it's been really great to see him step up lately and do those side things, because we're just seeing a ferocious Anthony Nache.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout is scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds for the Caged Aggression Professional Featherweight Championship and is powered by Complete Nutrition. Fighting out of the red corner, he stands 5 feet 11 inches tall and weighed in at 145 1/2 pounds. He trains with New Beginnings Gym and Alliance Jiu-Jitsu. Joining us from Marshalltown, Iowa, Anthony Baccam! And his opponent fighting out of the blue corner. He stands 5 feet 6 inches tall and weighed in at 150 pounds. He trains with Militant Fighting Systems and is sponsored by Fade to Black Fight Gear, Good Stuff Graphics and Design, New Style Barbershop, Complete Nutrition, Ortiz Entertainment, Platinum Auto Sales, and MMA Futures. Joining us from East Moline, Illinois, Anthony the Prince Nache!
We are ready for our featherweight cage aggression MMA title fight tonight between Anthony Baccam and Anthony the Prince Nache. Anthony Nache in the white Venom shorts, Anthony Baccam in the gray shorts. Round 1. Ready to go. Big knee
Baccam
already.
going for the shoot really quickly.
And Ray ran right at Nache right away. And I mean, already I'll say that somebody bringing the fight to Nache like that shows a lot.
And coming in and being very aggressive is throwing those knees, fighting dirty early on.
Right.
That's something that you don't really see in a lot of the fights that we've seen from Anthony Nache before.
And if Baccam wants to win, that's what he's gonna have to do to Nache, bring the fight to him. Because he knows Nache's bringing the fight to Baccam. That's why.
Exactly, and also tying Nache up. I think Nache is an underrated wrestler, but you definitely don't want to get into a punching match with Nache.
No, you don't. And Nache will do lots of outside the box things, spinning back kicks, somersault kicks. I mean, he does so much of that kind of stuff that it's very smart for Baccam to tie up with him, take him to the ground, and neutralize some of that stuff. Right now, Nache's trying to get to one hip, and that's where we've been talking about. You don't want to be flat on your back, trying to get to one hip or the other, kind of switching side by side, or side to side, excuse me. And here's where the ref will stand this up pretty soon if this is all they're going to do. Or he won't have to. Nache trying to get up on his side. Being overwhelmed right now by Baccam. And Baccam takes his back. He's got one hook in. Doesn't quite have the hook anymore.
Yeah, Nache trying his best to stay calm, but it's tough when you get those underhooks, as you like to say, where you don't really see them coming.
And Nache right back to his back. Baccam looks to have side control. Big elbows to the side of the head. Pushes his head down with the elbow. Now looking for the guillotine. Doesn't quite get it. And Nache, big knee to the body. And if I were Nache right now, I would want to create some space and really let his hands go, because like we said, a couple shots from Nache could put Baccam right down, and it could be the end of the fight.
I really like Baccam's strategy, though. Like you're saying, he's sticking to Nache like glue.
Tight on him. It's smart.
Doesn't want to give him any sort of space at all.
Knee to the body to Nache from Baccam. Good underhook right now from Nache, wanting to maybe turn him into the cage, push off, and drop a few of his own. Nice knee to the body from Nache. Both fighters staying very active right now in the clinch. And there's Nache, got him finally.
Nice knee right there to the body for Nache.
Knee. And I mean, when you're in a clinch like that, you're throwing knee after knee. One's gonna come through. Very unintentional. The crowd's ready to get back with the action.
Yeah,
Looks
I believe
like Nache
so.
is
I
too.
believe so.
And we will continue the action here with the featherweight title here at Cage Aggression 12. Big head kick from Baccam.
Kamba continuing to go for those head kicks.
Looks to shoot again and doesn't quite get it. Baccam is relentless with those takedowns.
Definitely, and I mean that's definitely a strategy that someone who has been watching film on Anthony Nache would take.
Big elbows from Baccam.
Big elbows right there by Anthony Nache. And that's something that you can see in the pro level that you don't see in the amateur level.
From Baccam, but Anthony Nache almost gets on top. And the violence with those elbows too. I mean, they were coming down so quick, and with that little corkscrew turn, and it put down Baccam. And now Nache can get a little bit of some more wind right now. But I think those elbows opened up Baccam. Seems to be bleeding.
And that's why elbows are something that's, you know, almost underutilized in the sport.
Oh, my favorite.
Baccam doing a really good job of using his arm and his forearm to sort of keep the head of Anthony Nache down.
And was looking for an interesting guillotine right there. He almost had it too. Nache now looking to take down Baccam maybe. Gonna look to get to the end of this round. Nice knee to the body. And we will go into round 2 of this featherweight title fight.
Mike Goodwin has said many times is that his job is to find the best fight for the guys that he has coming into the octagon, and that's exactly what I believe he's been able to find with Anthony Nache versus Anthony Baccam tonight. And then, you know, we haven't really seen Anthony Nache be pushed to the limit, and it's good to see each and every one of these fighters come in tonight and be pushed as far as they can go, and you know, finding a capable opponent like Anthony Baccam.
Right.
And somebody who's not afraid to take the fight to Anthony Nache. You see a lot of fighters that go against him and they want to sort of hang back and, you know, sort of sit back. That may not be the best strategy against somebody who's as aggressive and violent with their strikes as Anthony Nache is. And Baccam's doing a great job of, you know, running in and, you know, going for those single leg and double leg takedowns.
Here we go with round 2 here at Cage Aggression 12, featherweight title, Anthony Baccam versus Anthony Nache. Here's where I think Nache's gonna open up a little bit more with the punches. He's been taken down a few times in the clinch and doesn't want it. Big shot already from Nache.
Huge knee right there by Nache.
And this is the fight that he wants.
Nache trying to jump on top.
Needs to push off his face a little bit, create some space.
And it might not be a bad idea to let Baccam up just so he can get a little bit of space.
Nice reversal from Baccam
really nice
right there.
Reversal.
And that's the difference with the wrestler when you've got it. He's able to switch that on very quickly.
Both of these guys continuing to sort of grapple for position right now. Got Baccam on top, might be looking to drop some hands on Nache.
Gets a few in, tries it. He's got the rear naked locked up. Wasn't quite around the back as much as he needed to be, but that was tight. You could tell by Nache's face. Nache trying to work back up and does a great job getting back up. Goes for the single again.
Really nice wrestling ability by Anthony Baccam tonight.
Right, Nache doing a good job right there, pushing his head down, trying to get out, create some space. Maybe spin around, take his back. Can't really do that right now where they're at in the cage, but that's, you know, best case scenario. That's what you want to happen. Great sprawl from Nache right now, too. Big shot from Nache. Great job, too, of sprawling, sitting up, being aware of where his opponent's at and dropping that shot. Could potentially do it again here, but Baccam's smart to go back to his back. Nache now can spin around, take his back.
Yep, that back may be wide open right now for Anthony Nache if he decides to take it.
Like I said, easier said than done, but sometimes
True.
you can push the head down and just spin on your stomach around. Now looking for a submission, a triangle.
Right, and Baccam definitely looking for those legs.
Right. Nache looking to drop a few bombs of his own right now. Got to be careful of the legs of Baccam.
Anthony Nache looking to get things to a stand-up position,
Right,
which
very
would be really
surprising.
smart for him. Might be best for him to just, back off right now.
Right. Jumps right into the guard, which we got to be careful with the long legs of Baccam like that.
Yeah, I think it would have been smarter for Anthony Nache to back up right there and
Let
then
him
force
up.
the referee to stand both of them up.
Right.
Don't fall into Anthony Baccam's, brilliant game plan
Looking
at this
to
point.
lock to trap the arm, maybe get the Kimura. Got it right there. He got the arm perfectly. Really laying all his weight down right now. Can trap that arm too. Get him in that cruise.
Really nice short elbows.
Good, huge elbows.
Ooh, opened a nasty cut on the back of the head of Anthony Baccam. Totally see
Gotta
that
trap
huge
that
cut
arm
right
now and just drop down a bunch of elbows.
More elbows coming, fast and furious by Anthony Nache right now.
Good job of laying down all his weight is Nache doing right now. Really doing a lot of damage in the end of this round.
using those elbows as
He is
much
just-
as possible.
Slips
And
around.
Baccam giving up his back a little bit.
And both fighters are up. Baccam ends up getting a shot off on Nache right before the break. Really got to put it on now, does Nache,
Right.
if he wants to take this round wholeheartedly.
They have stood things up into a danger spot, but Anthony Baccam throwing a lot of nice shots right now.
Here's where Nache really wants to land one more good shot. Good body shot from Baccam. Looking for that big overhand right. Nice roll out of that.
There we go at the end of this round again. Seeing both of these guys, there's a really pretty big cut on the back of Anthony Baccam's head right now. But I guess if you had to take an elbow that would open up a cut, it would be a good spot to get it in the back of your head, so that it's not really affecting things up front, like your eyesight or your breathing.
Here we go with round 3 of our 5-round fight here at Cage Aggression 12 for the featherweight title fight between Anthony Baccam and Anthony Nache.
Oh,
Big shot
huge left
landed
hand
by
right there
Nache.
by Nache.
And a good kick landed by Baccam at the beginning of that round too, and really using his long legs.
Nice knee right there.
The knee.
Yeah, definitely can't throw a knee with
right.
knees and hand on the ground like that.
Hands were on the ground.
There we see the point being taken
Right,
by the
it's not
official.
always the way of it, but that's what was going to happen this time.
And, you have to sort of think about that in a strategy type of way for Anthony Nache that, automatically getting a point down right now.
And there's that big shot. Now he knows he's got to put it on if he wants to win this round. And I like the sudden movement right there, too, by Nache. Really trying to break free and snap out of it.
Oh, nice elbow right there by Baccam.
There's Baccam looking to sneak the leg over Anthony Nache, maybe. Doing some 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu, maybe, from Eddie Bravo.
Nache doing a good job of, trying to jump around to the side to get full side control, and Baccam, tying him up with that body triangle.
Body triangle from there, really, and it really limits what he can really do. You're not going to do too much damage when you get the body triangle, but you will contain Nache and hold him in. But really, you're not going to get any submissions off by having a body triangle. Good elbow again by Nache.
Those elbows in the past, in the last round were really effective. So Anthony Nache on the top right now might be able to use a few more of those.
And right now, I'm surprised that Nache, letting him stand up. That's probably the smart thing to do for Nache right
very
now.
smart.
Want to look for that big overhand right again. Nache knows he's got to really do something big in this round to take it with that point deduction. Nice long kick from Baccam.
Just sitting on the outside, Baccam has a little bit of a tendency to sort of lunge in with some of those shots. So if Nache can time it right, he may be able to get a nice strike in.
Those are nice kicks from Baccam coming too. Very clean, right to the head, but been blocked. Big knockout attempt right there from Nache, and kind of regather himself and get back in the middle of the cage. Good. And right when, Baccam's in trouble, he shoots. Just kind of numbing up the body a little bit as Nache's keeping active. Pulls guard, does Baccam, and
yeah, really smart using his body right there to sort of get heavy and slide down so that, he's able to pull guard.
Right. And right now, kind of a stalemate in the fight. Baccam looking to just kind of neutralize Nache. Nache trying to position up a little bit. There we go. Get to his feet a little bit and drop some more. Big hammer fist coming down on Baccam from Nache.
I think when you have your opponent's ribs open like that, a lot of guys, go for the hammer fist, go for the punch, but don't necessarily go for the elbows. I think the elbows would be really good right there.
Good sprawl right now from Nache. He's able to sprawl, then sit back up and really drop some shots down. And Baccam just in there again, going for that single leg.
And Baccam staying really low to the ground. It's hard to get a target that's laying almost flat against the ground like that.
Big hammer fist from Nache. Long legs of Baccam coming up, trying to get something going. Big shot coming down from Nache. Another big shot from Nache.
And it's sort of one of those things at the very end of a round, you hear the 10-second warning, and I always wonder, is that something that tells you to go, or is that something that tells you to slow down? Because you don't necessarily want to start expending a ton amount of energy knowing you only got 10 seconds left.
Kind of depends on the round. It depends on where you're at in the round. I've definitely used that last 10 seconds to kind of get my air about me. Here we go. Round 4. Our featherweight title fight here at Cage Aggression 12. Big overhand right from Nache.
Nice inside.
And that's how
I was just gonna say, nice inside, shot right there by Baccam.
That's how the fights, all the rounds have started. Kicks from Baccam, overhand from Nache. I mean, The rounds are very similar. It's going to be very hard to call this fight if it goes to that towards the end.
And especially when you had the one round where, you know, Anthony Nache lost a point.
This is when Nache's on top right now. Really needs to drop some hammer fists down. Get some
and also,
ground and pound.
Anthony Baccam's body is, you know, open right now. Those elbows to the rib, to the kidney area can, you know, start, you know, depositing money to cash in later on in the fight if it goes 5 rounds.
Right. I'm very impressed too that Baccam's always staying on a hip, never flat on his back, always trying to get to the side. And right now, Nache's working on kind of a head crank. And that was like I was trying to figure out what that was. It was like a variation of something. I just couldn't think of it. But it was a neck crank and really looking to do some damage right now is Nache. Once again, the big long limbs of Baccam are threatening to Nache. Nache know it and rotates around. Got an arm trap though and really trying to break free, and a lot of good scrambles going on right now.
It's sort of those positions, you know, and transitions that you see from the fighters at the higher levels of the sport that, you know, that's where fights are won. You get those opportunities to go from, you know, bottom to top, from side control to full mount, and, you know, you can really do some damage if you're able to be successful.
Looking for the triangle is Baccam. Almost gets it, but Nache's out. Big elbow to the thigh of Baccam and thuds.
Yeah, and it makes Baccam, you know, sort of jump and try to change positions because those are definitely making a lot of damage. Big shots right there, you know, in the pocket by Anthony Nache.
And Baccam doing a good job too of keeping his hands in the face of Nache while he's on the bottom, just distracting him, and being able to let him just really posture up and drop shots down.
Right, doing all the small things, and like we said so many times tonight, those small things add up.
Right now, Nache looking to trap that arm and maybe get a Kimura. Does a great job of trapping the other arm.
Baccam smartly rolling over and being able to get to his knees right now.
Baccam does a good job of trying to stand up. Nache's keeping him down now and with a great sprawl.
Stand up.
Both fighters up, and Nache tries to get a shot off. Here's where both fighters, it's anybody's round right now, so both fighters really need to pour it on if they want to take this round. Big overhand right, and Nache's been looking for that all night.
And just going for that, you know, he took a real big shot to the body. Yeah, it looks like Nache might have taken a shot to the groin area again.
All right, here we go with the action again. And there is the end of the round.
Nice to come in at, half a second left in the round and get a shot in real quick. Heading into the fifth and final round of a fight that's been, pretty tough to call. I really like what Anthony Baccam's been able to do. He had a really solid game plan and was able to, or has been able to execute that effectively, using those kicks to keep Nache at bay. And then when he senses that Nache's coming in, he shoots and goes for that takedown.
Right.
Has been able to grind him, but
Nache's worked. I mean, it's worked for 4 rounds. Got to feel like Nache's just going to open up with the overhand just to see if that even works and go from there. Tie up again, and Nache did get a couple off before he was tied up. Good underhook from Baccam, turns him around and puts him into the fence. And this has been the story of the fight of position control,
right?
Underhooks and turning into the fence.
Yeah, really technical. Who's gaining the upper hand in these exchanges. Both guys continuing to jockey for position. And Baccam staying really heavy, stuffing at least 3 attempts at a takedown by Anthony Nache.
And Nache on top again now. Nache needs to drop down a few more punches to really put exclamation point on this round. And Baccam doing a great job of already getting back up to his feet, wanting to turn into Nache and maybe take him down. Nache does a great job of dropping his weight down on Baccam. Once again, Baccam on his side, not his back, just showing that even this tired, he knows that he cannot be caught flat on his back. And Nache trying to roll him on his back, and it is not working. So Nache looks to do something else. And Baccam goes back down.
Right, and it's almost like Baccam is getting, and bringing Nache to a position where he wants him to be at.
Pull guard without actually pulling guard.
And Anthony Nache has to be almost, sort of counterintuitive to sort of take a step back when you're able to possibly stand up, but that might be the best decision for him at this point in this fight.
Right.
Stretch your right leg now. Stretch your right leg. That's the other way now.
And both fighters back to their feet. Nache with
big knee right there.
You would think both fighters want to create some space and get off that fence, but Nache just relentless, looking maybe for the takedown. Look, he's got 2 legs, big takedown. Got to be careful still again of the legs, and Baccam looking for the Kimura maybe.
Yeah, Kimura with that, isolating that arm and trying to pull it out a little bit. Also keeping that left hand at bay because it's been able to do a little bit of damage to his face.
Nache again on top, and I mean in the 5th round, you're gonna get more points for top position. And Baccam's gonna really need to get up. Now Nache trapping the arm of Baccam. And here's where Nache wants to drop down some shots and really bloody up the face of Baccam. Baccam really trying to get back to his feet and sprawl. Does a great job of getting back up, and Nache is right on top of him. It's a great sprawl.
And late in a fight like this,
as soon as his knee comes up, I think Nache was gonna throw a knee. What were you saying?
No, I was just gonna say, you know, late in a fight like this is where you're earning a lot of points by, you know, dealing the damage, and especially
Right.
when the fight is sort of a toss-up at this point. Big elbows to the back right there by Anthony Nache.
We are coming to the end of the 5th round.
Man, that's going to be a really tough one to call right there.
All right, we go to your judges' scorecard for this decision. All 3 judges scored this contest 48-46, declaring your winner by unanimous decision and new Caged Aggression Professional Featherweight Champion, Anthony "The Prince" Nache!
There you have it, Anthony the Prince Nache, your Cage Aggression MMA featherweight champion, improving his professional record to 3-0.